This is my friend. This is a statue that my sister found hanging from this hook in a wall of a house that she bought in foreclosure. And she could tell that there was a spirit that came with it, because when she went to bed that night, when she had this at her home, she could feel it. And she called me very late at night and said, please tell me what's going on in my house. And I said, I see a very tall spirit with a lance on your cocktail table in front of your TV set. And he's kind of like looking at the food, kind of like he's almost going to eat the food. And she said, oh yeah, we didn't pick up the plates after we watched television, but I'm going to throw that thing away. And I said, what thing? And she said, oh, there's this statue. So I said, don't throw it away, put it outside. I'll pick it up in the morning. I actually didn't pick it up. Her son worked for the Miami Museum of Science, and he took it there. And the curator said that it was about 2,000 years old, and it was part of a burial site from Peru. I think these statues have a name. When I got it, that smile on his face now was a grimace. He was scary. I would show it to people, or they would see it at my house and would go, oh my God, get that out of here. And after months, the face changed. But that spirit came home. Okay, there was a spirit attached to this statue. I remote viewed the issue, what the statue was, what we needed to know about the statue. This statue was attached to a burial of an important person. When that person died, they took a soldier, warrior person, killed the person, killed the physical body, and attached the astral spirit to the statue and gave it the instructions to protect this rich person, an important person. So for 2,000 years, this statue had attached to it a being that had one intention. The same way they say in the Christians, the Catholics, that the devil gets lost souls and tells them to do stuff. And they can do that same thing for 3,000 years, because those are the walking papers. Those are the instructions. This is what you do, and that's it. So I take this home, and I have security issues because of being a psychic spy, mind control victim, whatever, trying to get my freedom from the government, whatever. So I take this home, and about a year after having it home, the face changed literally to where it's not grimacing. And I get home one day, and this spirit is standing on top of my dining room table looking into the lamp. And I was like, what on earth is he doing? He was looking for listening devices. Now, I've always been controlled. Not surprising that my apartment would have been full of all sorts of electronics to control me, to supervise me, etc. They would have considered it supervising me. But this statue, the spirit, was from 2,000 years ago when there were no electronics. But there we go with the law of intention. The law of intention creates reality. His intention, the spirit that was attached to this, was to protect the owner. And at this point, I was the owner. So updating automatically what it is he would have to look for, which would have been, makes sense, electronic devices that would have been supervising me. So I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do this, but at some point I'm going to do a video for you and for all of your friends, anybody you want to give it to, explaining, this is my dog, the multiplicity of human beings, how you are a human with one physical body, but you have an astral body, which is your spirit. When your physical body dies, the rest of you, your mental body, causal body, astral body, etheric body, doesn't die. Society today is really behind on that, especially in this country. And unless you widen your lens, I have to say that all of you are looking in the wrong place for the information you're looking for. As soon as you widen your lens and you understand that the physical body that we humans have is our vehicle for this dimension, for this incarnation, and that those that come in on spaceships don't have a presence on the physical dimension. They don't have a body like we have. And if they have one, it can be totally different from ours, or they can simply come to this planet and not have a presence on the physical dimension. Whenever you can get to that, when you can widen your lens and know a little bit more, and it's not that much more about the other dimensions and the bodies, you will be able to get more information about the aliens. When the aliens show up, they're not going to show up looking like this unless they want to do what is called a possession, which is to get our spirit to be kicked out and insert their spirit inside here. And then they look like a human being, because on the physical dimension, they do have this vehicle, this body, but what's inside, which is the driver, is a spirit from someplace else. We're getting more of that. And they're called zombies. And the ones today are very different than the ones previously in other times of history, because the spirit that is coming in is a galactic type spirit. But I'm not going to get into that. But I'm going to do something to explain the bodies. And that way, I think it will really get you fast forward, because these bodies are worked with in all major civilizations, and including all medicines on the planet. The only medicine on the planet, the medical system on the planet, which is, by the way, rated the worst amongst 17 most developed countries, modern medicine is the worst, the most expensive, and the worst in terms of effectiveness. It's the only one that doesn't take care of the spirit of the person. It's the only one that doesn't believe in spirits. And the oldest medicine, which is shamanism, and then you got Chinese medicine 2,000 years ago, and Ayurveda 5,000 years ago, they do know you have a spirit. They do know about the balance of the elements, and they're much more effective. And they can all create magic, which modern medicine cannot. So I hope this helps you, James. If you have any other questions about these men, but I think the most important thing is that they came, they tried something, it didn't work. There was nutritional issues. Doesn't seem that interesting because I'm not getting more. And they decided they didn't need to come back, but they were not happy that they left something that was a part of them here on planet Earth that could be used against them. Okay, so that's it. Sending this to you now. Bye. By the way, I do have a university degree in political science, and I ran a very successful business that was one of the top 7 in a field that had 12,000 businesses that were kind of similar. And I ran it for 30 years. And I'm not a flake. And I think that's kind of important, because when you do what it is that I do, people think that you're kind of a little bit out of it. And, you really don't understand the importance of being able to pay your bills and the physical dimension and all the rest of that. That is not the case. I have a foot in both worlds, which is actually kind of neat. Okay.